today is the 22nd of January, and you're at the right place at the right time. This company is exploding, and I will be sharing some of the business information with you. The rapid growth over the past 5 years, it's been phenomenal. And it's grown because the products, the patches work. And not only do the patches work, but the way the patches are marketed works. And what I mean by that is what you're going to be learning tonight. You will never see these, sitting like on Walgreens shelf or on CVS, your local pharmaceutical shelf. It doesn't get marketed like that. It gets marketed by literally word of mouth. So when you begin to contemplate that it's grown, the company has grown in the way they have, literally by word of mouth marketing, it's incredible. So I'm gonna quickly share this PowerPoint, and we're gonna just run through this real quick. Get everything lined up here. And let's see, there we go. Okay. Something I've moved some of these slides around. I'm hoping this will just work just fine tonight. This is an award that LifeWave just won, right toward the end of 2025. There's a company called Biotech, and they recognize breakthrough technologies. And one of the categories is for stem cell innovation technology of the year. And there are hundreds, perhaps thousands of applications, companies hoping that they win this very prestigious award from biotech. And LifeWave won it for stem cell innovation of the year for 2025. Thousands of nominations from over 15 different countries. So what you're about ready to see, this is not small beans. This is huge. So now we're going to watch a quick video so you better can value what this company
In a
is
world
about.
searching for answers, one discovery is changing everything. A patch, no bigger than a quarter, built not to treat symptoms, but to wake up the healer inside you. This is X39. A wearable, light-activated patch. Designed by David Schmidt, an inventor with over 200 patents. His mission? To reverse aging naturally. This isn't science fiction. It's stem cell activation without injections, without pills. Your body repairing itself. The results? Life-changing energy, recovery, sleep, relief. And the medical world, it's taking notice. Still skeptical? Visit thisisatinfo.com. You'll find the studies, the patents, the proof. It's all there. But there's more. This tiny patch isn't just transforming lives, it's creating freedom. Because behind it is a business model built for the bold. Real people, real results. Income that scales with impact. And here's why. Because this breakthrough technology is patented and exclusive, it offers a lucrative business plan that allows you to compound your efforts. More people than ever are struggling in today's economy. You can no longer rely on your own sweat equity alone to make a living. This business model allows you to duplicate yourself and, even better, to benefit from other people's efforts. So your income no longer depends solely on you. By duplicating yourself over and over, the income potential is far greater than a conventional job, career, or profession. And you're never alone. The This Is It system gives you the tools, the path, the team. All you have to do is start. The question is no longer if it works, it's whether you'll act or let this moment pass. Will you keep waiting or finally feel your body come alive again? Will you stay financially stuck or build something that lasts? Isn't it time to start living life on your own terms? The This Is It action plan will set you on a path to live out the dreams you have for your family. Get back with the person who shared this video so you can experience the age reversing health and the exciting lifestyle that thousands are already enjoying. This is the technology. This is the team. And this is your moment. This is it.
I love watching that video. All right, so this is our founder, CEO of the company, the inventor, David Schmidt. And as it just said, he has over 200 patents. He recently said his goal for 2026 is to hit 300. He's been inventing all of his life. But back in 2008, he saw the wave of the future, which is in stem cells and not embryonic stem cell research. He's never done that. That's totally against his faith. But he knew the wave of the future was stem cells. And so he released the X39 patch, which is what we'll be talking about tonight after 10 years of research and development, $4.5 million of R&D, and he released it. And because it works, it's blown up the company. And by the way, I didn't say this in the beginning, we're going to be hearing at least two testimonies, which are really, really good in just a couple minutes here. David Schmidt received the patent proving that when you put the X39 patch on, it elevates a certain peptide, and that peptide is called the GHK copper peptide. And all the patch does is emit your own light back into your body. We all emit light, low infrared light. It emanates off of our body by about 3 inches or so. And all that patch does is re-emit it back in. The only thing inside the patch are salt, sugars, amino acids, something called stabilized oxygen, a few other little nanoparticles, but it's non-transdermal, non-invasive. And so why are reactivating stem cells so important? Babies are born with like 1 billion stem cells. The stem cells are what regenerate, renew the body. They make up every organ of your body, but as you age, they become dormant. More and more of them become dormant. So by the time you're 30, you're down about 50% of stem cell activity. When you hit 60, you're down about 90% of stem cell activity. Who would have thought, right? Most doctors aren't informing their patients that, hey, did you know your stem cells are going dormant? And it kind of makes sense because they probably didn't know that you could actually get them reactivated. Well, now you can. And I slid this slide around earlier, but I'll go ahead and go over it right now. This is the company. And companies don't grow like this unless their products are working. So it's a 20-year-old company. And when this patch hit the market, you can see the trajectory of the revenue of the company. And 2025, either coming pretty close to 1 billion or we went over it. I'm still waiting to hear. But this is what you're looking at. It's because the patches work. All right. How do they work? Like I said, it's a proprietary form of phototherapy, no chemicals, no pharmaceuticals. It's non-transdermal, non-invasive, nothing from the patch inside the patch goes into your body. All the patch does is it re-emits your light back in. Now, these are some of the benefits that we can, claim. Okay, we're not allowed to make any kind of health benefit of healing, curing, diagnosing, preventing, treating any kind of disease names. And if you do hear those things, those are personal testimonies. But LifeWave doesn't. All David Schmidt says is you put that patch on, and that it's going to help elevate your GHK copper peptide. And then from there, if you do a little bit of, and I can show you where you can do some research, the list of benefits of elevating GHK copper peptide is a very extensive list. But we do, for me, one of the benefits was reduced inflammation. I had some serious joint inflammation, and it definitely helped me. And increased stamina and energy. For me, somewhere when I hit somewhere around 58, 57, 58 years old, I felt like I needed an afternoon nap too many days during the week. And after I started patching in pretty short order, and I can count on one hand over the past 3.5 years, how many times I have felt like I needed a nap. So I'm very, very grateful about the energy, and you can, read the rest of these things. But again, LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. All right, the long-term results per case studies. When you begin patching in the first few days, it's about 4,000 genes begin to reset to a younger, healthier you. Okay. Some genes are upregulated, some are downregulated. Upregulated means if those genes do good things for your body, they're fine-tuned so that those genes are working better. And if those genes do things that are not so good for your body, they get downregulated. So that's a good thing. The brain becomes balanced. That's within about 6 weeks or so. Collagen increases. That's a good thing. Collagen increasing, you kind of think of skin, hair, nails, but all your organs are made with collagen, muscles, tendons, ligaments, collagen. Collagen is so important. And then the heart reverses in age. They did trials and they were able to prove that you patch long enough, your heart reverses in age. And this is why David Schmidt says it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. Okay, very, very important. Then, let's see, keep losing my little move aheads thing here. How do you wear it? You wear it 12 hours a day. They did the clinical trials right behind the neck on that bone that protrudes out, or about 3 finger widths below the belly button. That's where they did the studies. But you can put the patch on anywhere, because it's going to elevate the GHK copper peptide, which in turn reactivates the stem cells, and it's ubiquitous, it's systemic, that's going to happen all over the body. So it's elevating GHK, it's activating the stem cells, and then the stem cells begin to regenerate the body. And it's important to understand that with the stem cells, they turn into whatever your body needs. Okay, and that's the way God designed our body. The stem cells know what to work on first. So the stem cells literally can turn into the type of cells that your body needs. Is the patch doing it? No. The patch does no healing. The patch just re-emits that light back in and elevating the GHK copper peptide. So you wear it for 12 hours. After you've hit the 12-hour mark, peel it off, throw it away. Some people stick it on their dog, stick it on their animals, maybe get a little more juice out of it, but don't be sticking on another person because that's probably not going to have the results that you want. Because it does, break down, after 12 hours. But that's when your body's resting, repairing, rejuvenating. Okay, so 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And then let's see. The testimonies. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen and we're going to bring on, and Cynthia, if you're still there, maybe you can help me find Mr. Harry Porter. There he is, Mr. Harry Porter. And if you would unmute, and we're going to spotlight you, Mr. Porter. I'm so glad you could be on. We just met for the first time the other day.
Thank you, Terry. It's just a pleasure to be here tonight.
Yeah.
I'm a 71-year-old pharmacist, um, and I'm an orthopedic surgeon's poster child. I've had two back surgeries, a spinal fusion from herniated discs. I've had lots of other orthopedic issues as well, and have had chronic pain for a long time.
Mhm.
In fact, it's really made my professional life as a pharmacist extremely difficult.
Mhm.
And I've tried as pharmacists, we use medications to take care of pain. And I've taken the gabapentins and I've taken the Norcos and other kinds of things for pain. And we were told about the patch, the X39 patch, a long time ago, actually. It was back in March of last year.
Mhm.
And, as a pharmacist, I'm kind of skeptical. What's this little patch going to do?
Yep.
And so it took a while, and it actually took my wife to get me on the patch, this X39. She and Lynn Warren shared some videos together, and she became convinced this was something we should try. Well,
Hmm.
why not? It's guaranteed. We got a 30-day guarantee on it. And she bought the X39 and some Eon patches, and I didn't even know about it. And she said, when they came in, she said, Harry, you're going to try this patch tonight. You are falling down. You've got pain. You don't have energy to last a shift at work. And I want you to start doing this. And
Hmm.
so I put an Eon patch on that evening. I said, well, maybe it'll help me sleep a little bit better. Let's just see what it does. And I was in pain. I was having a level 6 in pain, probably that evening. And I woke up the next morning and I didn't have the pain anymore. It had gone down less than 1. So for me, that was phenomenal. It was a miracle. And then I started patching with the X39. And not only did it keep my pain abated, but I had more energy. I had a lot more stamina. I could work a short shift in the afternoon when I would normally want to be taking a nap. I could work my shift and I had plenty of energy. And in fact, the biggest thing for me was I had given up golf. I had had all these back surgeries and orthopedic problems, and I'd stopped golfing. And I started golfing, and I didn't have the pain. I was able to do this morning. In fact, I did 54 holes on a
Whoa.
golf simulator, and and it's so exciting to be able to have my life back again, to be able to enjoy things like I haven't been able to do in so many years, Terry.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Do you wish you had listened to Lynn,
Oh,
whatever, 10 months earlier?
oh my gosh. Yes, I sure wish we had.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I got
don't
no.
give up, guys.
Right, right. Okay. So I want you to pass on a message to people because there are people on this call, lots of them, who are starting to share the good news. But I mean, like in your heart, how does it make you feel toward Lynn? Is Lynn on this call? If she is on this call, Cynthia, if you're still on,
I,
let's type Lynn
I've
in.
seen Lynn. I've seen Lynn
Really?
on the call
All right, hold on. I'm
somewhere.
gonna go find Lynn. Let's get her on here. But how does it make you feel toward Lynn that she thought enough about you that there she is, Lynn. Lynn, can you, wherever you are, can you unmute and then maybe come on? But and maybe she can't be on video. But how does it make you feel that Lynn pursued you and your wife?
Oh, I think it's tremendously heartwarming that she would continue, number one, to try and help. I think she and Pam must have been talking some to know that I was struggling a little bit more and not having the energy and having more pain.
Hmm.
And so it just really means a lot that she didn't give up. Um, in this business, sometimes when the no's come, it can get discouraging. But
Hmm.
I've always been told it takes at least 8 times to be able to get a person to come over to your thinking and sharing about the patch. Don't give up on people. It's not. It wouldn't have bothered me if I had more videos and things like that. We
Oh,
always think oh, we're going to be bugging people. No, it really is showing that you care.
hmm.
Um,
That's it.
and you know, it it is such a miraculous thing. We don't give up on sharing the good news of our faith
Hmm.
when a person says, "No, I'm not interested." No, we keep on sharing it, and
That's
so it's the same way with the patches. Honestly, it's such good news to be out of pain and to be able to feel better
right.
that we've got to share that with people.
And this is coming from a pharmacist, right? So when I say you're at the right place at the right time, anybody who's here tonight who can hear this testimony, it's just it fills my heart to know that that's all it takes is loving enough people. And when you think from a business perspective, is that the company has grown from 20 million to close to 1 billion because of things just like this. There is $0 spent in LifeWave on traditional advertising. There's no advertise. We are the advertisers. And so, Harry, thank you for sharing your testimony. And then there's somebody else who I just met tonight. Lynn Warren is muted. Let's see. Hold on, Lynn. Hold on. I am so sorry. I would love to. This is going to be kind of like an unconventional X39 launch call. We're just going to have some fun here. Lynn, I can't even find you. I saw you a minute ago. Lynn Warren. Oh, there you are. Lynn Warren. Now you disappeared. Look, here we go. Lynn, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
There you are. Do you want to be on video or no?
I see myself and I see all of y'all.
Got it. Okay. Lynn, share a little bit, and I'm going to try to pin you here. Add spotlight. There we go. There you are. Thank you. Sorry, I'm all butterfingers here. It took a while for you to share the good news to Harry's. I guess you first met his wife. What was the process? First the wife and then Harry, or what?
No, I met them both. They were in my Sunday school class, and we had gone out to eat many times. And I shared some, with them while we were out to eat, and they said, "Oh, okay, yeah, yeah," and they didn't really respond. And then a few months after that, I felt like God said, "Go back to them. They're your friends. You like to be with them. You want them on your team, and go back and share." And so I went back and sent more videos and said, "I'd really like y'all to look at these." And Pam answered me back. I did not realize Harry was being stubborn and not interested, but but luckily she got him uh, stuck a patch on him, I guess.
Okay.
So
And
I'm very thankful.
lastly, how does it make you feel knowing you didn't quit, that you loved Harry enough? Because this is all about caring and sharing.
Hmm.
Share
Yep.
is caring, right? You were trying to
Yes.
share the good news, but how does
Yes.
it make you feel that now Harry's out of pain and now he's sharing
I,
the good news?
I'm on cloud nine. I went by his house today and lent him some patches so he could go to Orlando because his hadn't come in yet. And he had just finished playing golf and he was so peppy and happy. And I introduced him to a new brand partner, Daniel Haddad. I think he's on the call as well. And and they seem to hit it off, and we're gonna, work as a team.
There you go. And that's literally, there are other slides I could share with people, and I'm going to kind of wrap it up with these phenomenal testimonies. What everybody just heard is the business. Okay. So I'm going to, and then there's another testimony on here, but I can't find her. Gia, I'm going to have you on another night, Gia, because this went a little bit long. But we will definitely showcase your testimony, Gia. I just met her on another Zoom call tonight, but I don't want this to go too long. This is the business. The business is sharing, caring. Make that list of the people that you love and and we all have those lists. And then having the boldness of being able to share with people that you don't even know, like you bump into people. And that's literally the business. I'm not even going to get into some of the particulars about the business. If you're interested, go back to the person who invited you onto this call. And I had no idea that when I said yes to my friend who called me in September she called me back, September 2022, and I had no idea I would rank way up. And I'm in like top 20 or 30 in the company, and I've been traveling different places. I had no idea. But what I did have an idea about when I finally made up my mind that I was going to start sharing the good news with people, and then the blessings began to flow. That is the business. All right. So your job, if you're interested, is go back to the person who told you about this. And I just want you, the other thing to know is Stephen Gina Merritt, who created the This Is It team. Okay. This is very important for anybody who's been looking, say, for a business opportunities. I've always been in business, so I got no problem talking about business. Okay. When you put on your business hat, this company is 20 years old. It has zero debt. 20 years old, zero debt. And we came in close to 1 billion this year in revenue, and the company pays out about 60 cents on the dollar. I don't know about you all, but to me, that is screaming opportunity. Okay? Screaming opportunity. And so well, it's not if, we know stem cells go dormant on everybody. Everybody. Like when I go shopping here in Florida, and I see all these old people in the grocery store. I'm just like, they need a patch and they need a patch. It's like everybody needs a patch, right? And I'll unpin you all so you don't probably feel so uncomfortable. Um, but thank you all for your testimonies. Thank you, thank you. But I'm just going to wrap it up with this, that everybody needs X39. There is nobody that's excluded. Everybody needs to be wearing this patch 12 hours a day. And then when you find out that 70% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, we have what people need. They need one, they need two, and some people are going to want and need one plus two. And that's LifeWave because it only costs a little bit to get going, and we're growing leaps and bounds. We're the fastest growing direct selling company in the world. Okay? And we're on the strongest team inside LifeWave. We're on the This Is It team, and Steve and Gina Merritt, who have given us everything we need for a business perspective to be able to give us the tools and all this. They About 40% of the company revenue comes from the This Is It team, and they've only been in for 39 months. So if this, I know it doesn't interest everybody on the call, but if you've been looking for a business opportunity, and go back to the person who invited you, and I'm here, I will do Zoom calls and three-way calls and get people looped in. And we are building one of the best teams inside This Is It team. And we're going to be able to help millions of people. Okay. So go back to that person who said, hey, hop on the call tonight. And thanks for being on.